really is. I'm like taking if we go out to dinner, I take my food with me and people look at me like I'm weird and I don't really care. And so
food with me in my little thing ready to go. And it's so routine. I mean, I love it. I feel like when I'm not on it, it's not as, I mean, I'm 80% on it, but those other cheats that have come in, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. You know, another thing that I've noticed, I wouldn't say that I'm sleeping any better, but I definitely need less sleep because I'm going to bed at the same time, but 5:30 in the morning, I just pop up, I'm wide awake, ready to go. And that's unheard of for me. I love to sleep and I sleep in whenever I can and I just can't. I'm just awake at 5:30.
Well, for confirmation, I need to go back on the reset. I'm pushing snooze. I'm like, what time is it? 9? And I get up early. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, I could sleep till 8:39 easy. And I just can't. I'm just awake. So
awesome. Well, good job. We're proud of you, Sherry. You're doing great. Everybody is doing great. We're, like I said, trying to gain momentum here. It's exciting. We've got people who are building their businesses. Jen, this is your first month, Curtin?
This is my 3rd month.
This is so you got your free ticket.
Well, no, I will after this month.
Okay, but you've already got 9 points, so you've already hit it.
Yeah.
Well, it says, well, you have 9 points already, but it says Success Starter 2, so you have 1 more month, it said.
Oh, for Christ.
3 months. You have to hit it 3 months in a row.
Hold on. I got to look at it now.
So when I got that email I sent you, it said.
Oh, see, I thought this was my 3rd month.
I feel like it is, but we never.
I feel like it is too, but when I got the email for her.
All right, let's look at my Success Club.
Joe is on his 3rd month as well, and so he is at, right, Joe, you're going to hit it this month for your 3rd.
That's not it. What am I doing?
Yes, most definitely 100%.
That's awesome. Awesome. And so another little thing to touch base on while Jen's looking at that is Joe Nash is going to be doing those pictures that in Naperville for those of us that haven't worked with him. Joe and Rob did them, and you can see they turned out great. And Rob, what did you think of your experience working with Joe Nash?
Yeah, it was great. We had a lot of fun. It was a good time. It was real easy.
And it was comfortable, right? Did you feel awkward? Did you feel weird?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So Joe's very easy to work with, very comfortable. How'd you feel, Joe?
Joe's the shit, man.
He is. So a bunch of us are going to do that. So make sure you schedule a time and get in there, and I'll be there. I mean, we'll, hang out, whatever, and get everybody's pictures done. And that's going to be a great way for you just to own it. And again, put your professional feeling and power behind your business and really making this, your thing. And the more professional I think you take yourself, the more professional other people will take you. What was it, Jen?
Yeah.
I actually do qualify for my free ticket this month.
This is your 3rd month. So, woo, good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
So that is awesome. So
yes, and I am actually meeting with Joe. I'm the 8 a.m. I kick it off. So
awesome.
I want to make sure that I don't get like a dirty area from all of you other people that I'm like the first person.
Yeah. Exactly. He wants the sunlight right there.
Yeah, I want it to really be working for me at 8 a.m. So.
So Caroline's going to come. I'm going to go. I would like Alfie to go. Jen's going to go. Kate might go, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe Kate and whoever else. I mean, I've been extending this to, Jennifer went. She's going to be out of town, but Paula maybe. I'd love for people to come with us, and it's fun. When's the last time you had a good picture of yourself taken? And you're going to feel good how he, I don't say doctors it up, but he makes us feel beautiful, and that's an artist, and to me, that's a photographer. I better pay to, yes, I want it to look better than what this looks like. So, good, yay, Joe. All right, so I'm going to play with a couple things we're going to share today. I know a lot of us, we're all moving forward and really building our teams. And you really are, you have to think about yourself as an independent, you own this business. You are building a team. You are the leader. So you have to envision as the leader, when you have, let's say you get your first 2 emeralds, how are you going to treat those emeralds? What are you going to give them as their gift? How are you going to recognize them? And then you have, your first diamond and your second diamond and your 3rd diamond. Your team is now a diamond team, right? So you're that leader where Joy and I have been listening to a lot of calls this week that we're going to try to share with you once we get a hold of them, that we kind of sometimes forget being wrapped up in one big group because we are such a nice, close-knit group, which is totally awesome, which is what our extra value, I think, is better than any other team. But that can also leave you feeling like, oh, I'm just going to like do what the group does. And really, that has to just totally stop, because what it made me realize is that this is all of our own businesses, and really owning your team, your challengers, your business, and wanting to grow that one coach at a time, 2 coaches at a time, setting your goals, wanting to do that. And far say, if you want to be diamond, you know that takes 8 people on your team. But that just can't be 8 Shakeology drinkers, because that's not going to be a strong foundation. So that has to be a business builder mind, thinking, right, who are these people I want to build a team with? Because what do I want? And if that doesn't even resonate with you, if you're like, whoa, she's like way too out there. That's what building a business is, right? It is building your team. I'm building my team. Joanna's building her team. Jen is building her team. Rob's building her team. Sherry, his team, your team. All of us are building our own team. We are all one huge team, because that is our power. Our togetherness is what makes us awesome. But our individuality and what is attracting those people to your team, that's not me. That's not Joanne. That's not Joe. They might see that as our big thing, but that's you, because you're the one that talked to them about it. And they didn't purchase or come on or want to be part of it because of the facts of the Shakeology does this. And we know those people, they just go away, because once they forget what the freaking piece of paper says, they're like, the price was too expensive. Yeah, well, you forgot the value because your why was so disconnected. It's the people that resonated with your story. Remember that it's your story. It's not the facts about the products. It's your story. It's who you are. It's your personality. It's what you're putting out there. So the more vulnerable you can be, the more yourself you can be, putting it out there exactly what you're looking for. So again, our niche is important. Joanne and I always talk about this stuff, and we get dumbfounded. I mean, Jen was laughing at us at the Platinum Edge, because remember we had to answer some questions like, what are we great at? Like, I don't know, like what, that's not special to me. But other people will look at that and say, that is special. You might not think you're special in that fashion, but you are. And so that's where, again, it's a hard time recognizing, well, how am I a leader? Who am I? What is my niche? What am I about? Let's stop for a minute, get on another page and talk about that. Figure out, who are you? What do you want to stand for? What do you want your niche to be? Because you have to be looking at that computer when you're talking to somebody, or that, when you're typing, what is your avatar? And so, I always pictured it as just a little cartoon character. And Joanne's like, remember I asked her, that girl said, because this girl, she said to me at Platinum Edge, and she was 28 years old. She's a nurse. She had kids young, just had her little story going. And she's like, but she didn't hang out with anybody her age. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm 44. My team we're all the space 40. We're like 40 and above. We've got some younger ones, but this is, and she said, but you're my avatar. And I was like, you're what? And so really it's, who are you talking to? When you're talking, what is the one person, who are you talking to, right? And I keep resonating with, I want those men and women that want to, they want something of their own. They want to feel independent. They want to be proud of, feeling like they're building a team. They want to be like, yep, this is my team. This is what I do. I'm proud of it. I own it. I want my thing. I want my independence. I want my money. I want to move on. I want to build a future. I want to spoil my team. because that's what coaching is. You got to think about, when those people come in, what are you going to do for them? Because that becomes your family and your team. So I want to start putting that out to the earth, like literally thinking about, what does my dream team look like? And I don't even care if it's people that you would never ask right now. Okay. Remember, Joanne and I was doing this for a year. Right. And she was absolutely on my dream team. I mean, that's probably holding me back, is when, I was like, oh, she won't come on with me. She won't come on with me. What am I going to do? We can't even talk about it. You know what I mean? She was doing Isagenix, and it was like, so again, what did I do? We just created boundaries. We just didn't really talk about it. And it wasn't in a bad, icky way. It was just in a fact of, I was dabbling in it. My convictions weren't there. I wanted her to do it, but I didn't know. I didn't have the belief yet, until I went to that summit and I called her. It was still something missing for me. So when I did is when that switch clicked, right? And it was like, boom, my dreams team started to come together, because I knew exactly who I wanted. And trust me, there's still people right now that are on my dream team that or will not come on with me yet, will not. And I have to massage them and be like, come on, you're so good. You can do this. Right now, it's me building that vision for them, that story, that they have a story to share, right? And again, that's why you can see our best challenge, our coaches will come out of our challenge groups, because once they're already used to posting their pictures and getting part of our group, you know, they are going to be your good coaches. So, all right, I know I kind of went on a rant right there, so sorry about that. Okay, so anyways, this is all about owning your own business. And
Sit next to you, Nate.
I know.
thank
I don't know.
I took my E&E before the call and drank my shake, so I'm doubly dosed up. Okay, so
Really?
I know. Sorry. I want to just share with you something real quick. I'm going to share two things with you. And let me open it up here on my screen. Okay. And then let me jump over to you guys and share. Just to make sure I don't have anything, you know, crazy up. No, I don't. Okay. Let's turn.
What happened?
I feel like if I close this off.
Oh, sorry.
Can you guys see my screen?
I can. That's what I was like, what?
Okay, so I want to share this with you first. It's 5 minutes, but I love this, and hopefully it'll come right off of my rant really good. And then we're going to share something else about your business. So here we go.
It is not death most people are afraid of. It is getting to the end of life only to realize that you never truly lived. There was a study done, a hospital study, on 100 elderly people facing death close to their last breath. They were asked to reflect about their life's biggest regret. Nearly all of them said they regretted not the things they did, but the things they didn't do. The risks they never took, the dreams they didn't pursue. I ask you, will your last words be, if only I hit, hey, you, wake up. Why do you exist? Life is not meant to simply work, wait for the weekend, and pay rent. No, I don't know much, but I know this. Every person on this earth has a gift. And I apologize to the Black community, but I can no longer pretend. Martin Luther King, that man never had a dream. That dream had him. See, people don't choose dreams. Dreams choose them. So the question I'm getting to is, do you have the courage to grab the dream that picked you, that befits you and grips you? Or will you let it get away and slip through? You know, I learned a fact about airplanes the other day. Now, this was so surprising, see. I was talking to a pilot, and he told me that many of his passengers think planes are dangerous to fly in. But he said, actually, it is a lot more dangerous for a plane to stay on the ground. I said, what? Like, how does that sound? Well, he said, because on the ground, the plane starts to rust, malfunction, and wear much faster than it ever would if it was in the air. As I walked away, I thought, yeah, makes total sense, because planes were built to live in the skies, and every person was built to live out the dream they have inside. So it is perhaps the saddest loss to live a life on the ground without ever taking off. See, most of us are afraid of the thief that comes in the night to steal all of our things, but there is a thief in your mind who is after your dreams. His name is doubt. If you see him, call the cops and keep him away from the kids, because he is wanted for murder, for he has killed more dreams than failure ever did. He wears many disguises, and like a virus will leave you blinded, divided, and turn you into a kinda. See, kinda is lethal. You know what kinda is. It's a lot of kinda people. You kinda want a career change. You kinda want to get straight A's. You kinda want to get in shape. Simple math, no numbers to crunch. If you kinda want something, then you will kinda get the results you want. What is your dream? What ignites that spark? You can't kinda want that. You gotta want it with every part of your whole heart. Will you struggle? Yeah, you will struggle. No way around it. You will fall many times, but who's counting? Just remember, there's no such thing as a smooth mountain. If you want to make it to the top, then there are sharp ridges that must be stepped over. There will be times you get stressed and things you get depressed over, but let me tell you something. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times. 3 times, but he kept going. The television execs fired Oprah, said she wasn't fit for TV, but she kept going. Critics told Beyonce that she couldn't sing. She went through depression, but she kept going. Struggle and criticisms are prerequisites for greatness. That is the law of this universe, and no one escapes it. Because pain is life, but you can choose what type. Either the pain on the road to success, or the pain of being haunted with regret. You want my advice? Don't think twice. We have been given a gift that we call life, so don't blow it. You are not defined by your past. Instead, you are born anew in each moment, so own it now. Sometimes you gotta leap and grow your wings on the way down. You better get the shot off before the clock runs out, because ain't no overtime in life, no do-over. And I know I sound like I'm preaching or speaking with force, but if you don't use your gift, then you fail not only yourself, but the whole world. Sure. So what invention do you have buried in your mind? What idea, what cure, what skill do you have inside to bring out to this universe? Uni meaning one, verse meaning song. You have a part to play in this song. So grab that microphone and be brave. Sing your heart out on life stage. You cannot go back and make a brand new beginning, but you can start now and make a brand new ending.
Love it.
Wasn't that
That's
awesome?
awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
So I was going to share that maybe in our accountability group too, or share that with somewhere.
Yeah.
But again, I think that just has this whole thing of you are a gift. Every one of us is. We all have something to share. This lifestyle is a gift. Again, it ties into your business and owning that as a business owner and looking at yourself as that. Okay. I'm going to play another one that talks more about the business and the importance of, by this guy called Trey Bearer. Joanne, is that his name?
Yeah.
So he's one of the guys in the Beachbody Coach that's successful. And so sometimes I think some of our aha moments happen when, it's not, one of us always saying the same thing, and where these aha moments come from, and, how do you build this business, and how do you run a challenge group, and, all kinds of those things. So, and what's important. So that's why we like to find other coaches that may or may not inspire you, because obviously we're all going to get inspired by different things. So we try to just play different things that might inspire you. But first, let's go over our calendar real quick. So everybody we've got our challenge group started. You should have been everyone should be bringing in their challenges. Looking at the accountability group that we have, hopefully everybody's kind of seeing, we are kind of trying to transition that into where that's more of our community and our culture. Yes, there's going to be some accountability postings, but really taking your coach or your challengers and using them either in, a text, a Facebook group, or that challenge tracker app, which again, I think is why Beachbody put out there. Seems to be the easiest of where you're going to truly hold them accountable and have your one-to-one interaction. Again, that can be a weekly email. And if you're struggling to figure out what that is for you, let your coach know that, I don't know what's going to work for me. And let's just talk about what you're comfortable with. And then your challengers are going to work with what works for you. So let's talk about that. So everyone should have, been bringing in their challengers, October challenges. And again, you don't have to start. I started mine on the 10th. And we started that Badass Nerds Club, and we've got this October thing. But those are just mini challenges within our big group, right, that we're kind of doing for the fun, for some extra community stuff in there. Your actual challengers you need to be holding responsible somewhere else. So maybe you don't start yours. You can be, if you're still looking to bring people in, obviously this October, you can be saying, you've got a group starting on the 17th or maybe the 24th, or maybe you're starting to advertise already for November. Your next month, because you've closed out your challenge group for this month. It's already started. And a lot of people like to do that. You start at a certain date, you end a certain date, you start enrolling the people into the next month. Again, these are all personal choices. There is no one right way to do anything. It's what you're comfortable with and how you see yourself running this business. And if you're still confused, again, just get with us and we'll talk about it. Then we've got the Super Saturday on the 29th for those of us that are local.
Found one.
Go ahead.
Found one
You
here.
did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Who runs it? Do you know?
Her name is Mindy something.
Great.
Let me see if I can find go ahead. Oh, it's Melissa Batterman.
Okay.
Awesome, though. Great. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a great, good. So that'll be the 29th. And so hopefully as many of us are going. We're trying to figure out if we're all dressing alike or how we're doing the superhero thing. I would love to get, I know this is like another thing, but like a t-shirt that says Phase 40 superheroes or something. And then, you know, us girls could have tights on and tutus is what Curtin and I said. Right, Jen?
Yes.
And we could be our own sort of superhero. We don't have to be like everybody else. And then the men could just wear like a black t-shirt with like the Captain America, but it'll be the circle for this, you know, Phase 40. I don't know. It's a lot to pull together, but it'd be cool if we could. So that's the 29th. So that's something exciting to look forward to. And then right after that, Joanne, is our first coach sneak peek. I shouldn't say first. I say that all the time because we're just not consistent with them. November 3rd. Is that what we said?
Yeah, the Thursday.
November. So that'll be something you'll see us to start advertising about now on a regular basis. And you're going to want to do the same thing. Say you along with your coaching team, because, you know, we can have you speak on there. And so therefore you are going to, again, these people are attracted to you. Remember, your prospects are attracted to you. Yes, our culture and our community also has to be enticing to them, but you are their leader. You are their whoa. So you are their guru. So in that challenge group, I posted what is a challenge group in the Coach Talk group. Hopefully that is helpful. So I find that helpful to say if someone says, what is a challenge group? Because this goes along with what is coaching. Well, you have to get really good at challenge groups because that's what coaching is. It's running challenge groups and getting people success with our programs. And the only way to do that is a challenge group, right? Because the other way, I mean, if there's a better way, we all need to know. So that is what we need to be getting good at. So hopefully that, and then Joanne put in there how she enrolls a challenger, right, Joanne? Her follow-up?
Yep. It would, yeah, it's what I give them prior to them receiving their shipments.
So from the point that they purchase, and how she kind of keeps them engaged until they get their product and are ready to actually go into the challenge groups.
Exactly.
So again, so there are the steps. You can use that what is coaching thing or what is a challenge group. If a prospect's like, what is challenge group? Send them that thing. Say, here's what a challenge group is. This is what we do. And then start the process where, like Joanne said, once they purchase, now they know what it is. They know the expectation. Now you can enroll that process, and here's how I'm going to treat them until they get their stuff. And then pop into the challenge group. And again, remember, you have all the tools you need to run a challenge group. Every single thing you need. There is a product tool kit for every single product. In there is a challenge group guide. If you're running it in the challenge app with your coach, in your coach portal, all you do is go into the guide, cut, paste, and you can set all of those posts up for a month straight. And then just go in there and check that your challengers are responding, and you can like their stuff just like a Facebook page. But it does get very simple in there. And again, if anybody needs help, we could do a training on setting up your coach portal for your challenge tracker. Yes, Joe, I know you need help with that, and I will. I know we're going to set that up for you. I did promise you that. So that will get done because you need that for your customers. Joe's doing all the texts right now, and that's getting a little bit overwhelming. So he's ready to do some. I said, you're using more of a text system right now.
Yes.
And so that's getting overwhelming to you. And it does. And it's a great way in the beginning. I still have people that text me too. And I slowly push them to post that in the challenge tracker app, post that in the challenge tracker app, you know, so because they have to get used to it. Because again, as I see myself growing this, it's great with this many people. But when we've got 10,000 people in our downline, guys, you know, that's just not going to be possible. So we're going to have nice, quick ways to go in, out, in, out, in, out with all of the challenge groups. And have people coming in, but have a consistent place to keep them. All right. Anything else before I play the next video? Any questions, thoughts, ideas, input? I just sneezed. Joanne, Curtin. Sorry.
Do you have anything?
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Oh. Bless you. Good.
Thank you. Anything though anybody's struggling with, or where you want more training in, or how we can help?
Coaching.
What is it?
Coaching.
All right, so
I can attract people all day long, twice on Sunday, but then when I get them to where I want them to be, then I have a problem continually reaching out to them because I get wrapped up in my own life, and I have connectivity. I have a problem with that.
All right, and so that's what we're talking about. So setting you up with a challenge tracker app is going to simplify things for you. It's going to be one place for you to go without all the text, and you're going to be able to look at that and say, look at all my people posted today. So I'll train you on that, and that's going to help you simplify that. Now, when you say what is coaching, do you find that, I think a lot of people, is how to keep these people accountable and not feel like a jerk? Anybody feel like that? As adults, right, it's kind of hard to say to another adult, well, you said you wanted to do this, you ordered this shit, now why are you not doing it?
Yeah, right.
Right. So I think to me, that part is the hardest part, because again, we're adults. I'm not your boss. I'm not your mother. I'm not any, I'm your coach, and I want to see you succeed, and I want to see your investment do well for you. And so I think what I've learned, again, over and over every week as I listen to these calls, is it's about setting up the proper expectation up front. When you get in it with these challengers and your clients, you have to say, listen, here's the expectation. For the next 21 to 30 days, however long you run your challenge group, I'm going to expect for you to check into this app every single day. If I don't hear from you, I'm going to reach out from you. What do you want me to do when you start ignoring me? And that is the biggest question, because it's true. They all are all gung-ho at first, right? And then a week in or something, you don't hear from them. And you don't hear from them. And then it's 2 weeks, and then it's 3 weeks, and now it gets awkward, and you're like, well, what the, right? I mean, excuse my language, but seriously, you bought this, you wanted to do it, you were totally engaged, and now you're gone. And now it feels awkward for both parties, because you're like, well, I've reached out like 10 times and there's no responses. So I think if we can set that up properly up front, being like, so what do you want me to do? Am I supposed to reach out and call you? And so once that's there, you place that expectation of, no, call me, because I'm going to do that, because they all know it. They're going to do it, because that's why they're always like, I'm afraid I never finish. I always start these things and I always quit. So when we get to that point as your coach, what is the expectation between us? Is it a code word, birthday party? Is it some kind of word that says, hey, we're at that point that we talked about. I haven't heard from you in days, weeks, whatever it is. Let's break the cycle. Break the cycle. Maybe that's a good code word, break the cycle. You're pulling away, and just say what's holding you back. And that's where you have to become their friend. What is holding you back? What are you struggling with? What wall did you hit? What thought did you wake up with? Did you get on the scale and you gain weight instead of lost weight? What made you stop doing what you were doing? The more we get to know what that answer is with these people, the better coach we're going to become, right? Because they're one of the next 10,000 people we're going to work with, right? And they're going to, so when we can say, we know what's going to happen here, and that's slow, we can see it. You didn't post today or tonight. We already know when that happens, and one day you're like, whoa, we got to pull them in sooner. You can't let that 3, 5, 7 days go by, right? So, again, I think setting up the proper expectation up front is what is going to make our coaching life easier. Okay, not to make it awkward or uncomfortable. And again, setting up the start date and finishing the start date, and then celebrating their victories at the end of that time. Great job. So what if you weren't perfect? Your victory was, you pushed play. Because again, in the challenge tracker app, you can actually track it. And at the end of the thing, you can say, you pushed play 21 times out of the 30 days. That's awesome. If it's only 21, you push play 14 times. Hey, you know what? You were almost there. And that's freaking amazing, because guess what? That's way better than 0. You drank your shake every single day. That is huge. Now, next, and I'm going to post this. Someone has to remind me right now. I created a document of what you will send them after your challenge group is up. And we got this from Christina. It's called Challenge Group Next Steps. Okay, I'm going to put this in Coach Talk. I know I'm supposed to do this and I forgot. Challenge Group, I'm writing it down. Next Steps. After that, again, to cut the awkwardness of to cut the awkwardness of, okay, now what? You know what? The challenge group is over. Here, please fill out my form. Let me know. And it gives them an option. I'm done. I'm just going to go into the group and watch and participate. I can actually show it to you guys, but it says, I want to go into the next round. It says, I want to learn about a discount and become a coach. It goes into these things. They click. It submits it right to you. And again, if you need help with that, we'll help you set it up. We do it in Google Forms. And then I just make a bit link out of it. So I'll make it like, daily next steps, challenge group next steps, so that I know where to grab it all the time, because the Google Doc will give you a long link. And again, if you need help with that, we can do that very easily. So again, proper expectations up front, We're getting all of these tools, you guys. Everything is starting to become very simplified for us. We're getting things that we can actually just duplicate. And remember, that is the key to this business. When you look and think about your dream team, you need to be able to say, here you go. Here is exactly how we do this, right? Here's how I'm going to help you build your team. Here's how I'm going to get you to diamond. Here's how I want to get you to 5-star diamond. We have that track all the way, but you got to see that, right? You got to see that, because that is your dream team. That is once you become diamond, you are a diamond team. You will be running your own Zoom calls. You will be having that on a weekly basis with your coaches. So envision that. What are you going to do? What are you going to talk about? So every bit of information that Joanna and I try to spit out, or you need to be grabbing that to thinking about how you're going to use it for the future. And now, after that rant, I'm going to go into Troy. What's his name? Trey Bearer. I know. He throws me off because he reminds me of one other coach that, let me find it. Hold on. I got to get it here out of my thing before I open this all up. Okay. Oh, that's in Messenger. Joanne, where did you send me that? In Messenger? Oh, no, here it is. Okay. So we talk about, and again, before he starts, let's just talk about, there's many ways to measure your success, and in the business, and it's really just to measure your efforts. And we talk about that every week, every month, because how are you measuring your efforts every month that you're putting into this business? It has to be measured against something. It can't just be, well, I want to, and again, it's totally fine if I just want to help people and help a few people here or there. That's totally fine, because that is a hobby coach, and that's absolutely amazing, because you're changing people's lives every single day, all the time. And one day it may click. So I'm talking about as a business builder, when I talk about this, is how do you measure, am I doing what I should be doing to hit my goals? So if I want to make $150,000 a year, I need to invite 7 people a day. You know, I'm using Teamsy, and many of us have gotten into Teamsy, and I would highly suggest those that haven't to download it for free, use it for the first 30 days, import all of your people, see how it works for you, because it takes some time to get used to, but it really does get you to connect with people that you wouldn't normally connect with. So it's going to create your pipeline over the long term. And let me tell you this, you will run out of your warm market. It took me 4 full years, but really 2 of pushing it hardcore. And eventually I ran out of that warm market. I really had asked all my people. So then I went to my cold market. And again, to give you some kind of system versus where do you get your cold market from? Well, you actually don't realize you have a lot of them in your Facebook groups, in your emails, in your customers. If you've been Emerald, you've got a lot of customers that Beachbody has given you that I haven't followed up with all the way. You know, those are called leads.
Really?
Go ahead. Someone have a question?
They've given me leads?
Well, as an Emerald, and you hit Success Club points. So yeah, Joe, we'll dive into your back office and see if you are starting to get some leads. We'll go over that. So yeah, once you become Emerald and you hit Success Club, Beachbody then starts to feed you people that have either signed up for a free Team Beachbody account or have purchased a product. It's the people that call in off of the infomercial. So even though everyone thinks, well, they're selling it on the infomercial, these are actually people that have called in, ordered a product, and are now given to you, and you are now their free coach. Okay, and so it's up to you then to reach out, cultivate a relationship with them. And guess what? Joanne and I have heard stories of some of these people have turned into amazing flipping coaches. You know, they were independent, they went and they called, they got the program, they're rocking it, and all of a sudden you reach out and you're like, hey, I do this. Boom, they come on. You never know where your next great coach is going to come from, and you can't nix any area. So that's an area that I need to get better at too, is finding a consistent way to reach out to them, because I'll reach out and then I want to get everybody on an email campaign is what I keep talking about. So that's my goal, at least 1 a month. And Trey Bearer actually talks about that. 1 a month to tell them what's going on, what programs are on sale, do they want to join your next challenge group, you know, what's going on in your team world. And that's you, right? That's your thing. So where was I going with that? To find this thing. Hold on.
I never got many.
I know. Hold on. Let me get I think I have it here. Okay, I did. All right, so let me share my screen, put him on hold.
Guys, my name is
Share my screen. Oh, so I was talking about how measuring. So one way to measure your efforts is your Success Club, right? And why that's important and what all the things are you get by meeting Success Club. Like I said, Joe and Jen just got their free tickets this month for getting Success Club for their first 3 months as coaches. That's huge. You also you win, yearly trips through Beachbody and all that. So we also have the leadership ladder, which is another thing we'll dive into to measure what you're doing to meet your goals. But TV is something I want us all to look at. So let me go ahead and start this. Can everybody see?
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't get mine yet.
Today I want to talk to you guys about why Success Club is so important, and I'm going to give you the methods that I use to make sure that I'm hitting it every single month. So when I sat down to think about why was it so important for me to hit Success Club, what kind of video can I create to show these guys the importance of hitting Success Club? So I thought back when I first started. The beautiful thing this company is that there are so many leaders that have already paved the way and showed their tips of how they got to where they are. And after watching video after video after video on YouTube, I kind of got the hint that hitting Success Club is very important. If I want what they have, I need to hit Success Club every single month. Getting into Success Club is making sure that I'm hitting my monthly measurable goal, because that helps me track whether my business is moving forward or not. Guys, getting into Success Club every month is simple. Just helping 3 to 5 people every month, so easy to do. Start with your spouse. Talk to your parents. Tell your coworkers to put down that damn donut and pick up a dumbbell. Close friends, neighbors, so on, so on, so on. And boom! There you go. You just nailed Success Club easily. You want to know what's awesome? Once you help those 3 people get results, then their friends are going to see that they got awesome results, and then they're going to come to you, so you're going to help them, and then they're going to get awesome results. Their friends are going to want to get help. You're going to help them, and it's just a vicious cycle. And it's a ripple effect that is going to absolutely help build your business. Hey, let's not mention the sweet prizes and rewards that you get from Beachbody, from nailing it every month, or the free trips you take on cruises every year, or being recognized on stage like it's a damn rock concert. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never worked anywhere where you get rewarded every single month for doing your job. You take a trip to the Caribbean every year, completely paid for, and this all happens while you give yourself a monthly raise for helping 3 to 5 people a month. Touche, Beachbody, touche. Now, if you're a coach and you have a team, you gotta put skin in the game. If you want your business to grow with productive coaches, you need to be hitting Success Club every single month as well. And if you do have coaches who hit Success Club, oh my God, love their faces off. These are your people. Run with them, because you can either carry 100 people on your back, or you can run with 10 people on your back. I'm gonna run with 10. Guys, I really can't stress the importance of hitting Success Club. All I know is hitting Success Club every single month has been the major factor in building an awesome business for myself and my future. Do you want to be a successful Beachbody coach? Here's your answer. Hit Success Club every single month. So, some things that I use to make sure that I'm nailing Success Club every single month. I plan, prepare, and I execute. I set that goal. I'm hitting Success Club by the 5th of every month, no matter what. So that means 2 weeks prior, I'm sharing testimonials and stories and the success that my challengers are having. Because here's the thing, people want to see stories. They don't care about the facts that are, this is an anaerobic exercise, because all people want to know, they want that secure feeling that when they order a Beachbody challenge pack, they're going to get awesome results. So share stories and testimonials from your challengers so that people can relate and connect and ask you for more information. Now, the reason that I hit Success Club by the 5th is so that I can spend the rest of my month building relationships and helping my coaches build their business. That is way more fun. I also send out e-newsletters to my past customers, letting them know what's going on this month with Trey's Challenge Groups. And the biggest thing that I do to make sure that I'm hitting Success Club every month is that I am so damn passionate about Beachbody. The workouts, everything that you get in a package is going to completely change your life. And I share that on social media. When you share something that you are absolutely obsessed about, people can tell. People can feel it. They can read it. They can sense it. So you have to be showing people throughout the month that you are working on yourself to better yourself, overcoming struggles for yourself. And when you do that, people are going to connect to you. And of course, you want to be invited.
You want to be talking to people about your upcoming challenge group. And you shouldn't have any shame in your game about this because you have an opportunity to help change someone's life. If I would have known a long time ago that when I ordered my challenge pack that my life was going to be completely different afterwards, I would have wished I would have gotten into this a long time ago. So if you're someone who's had their life change from Beachbody, coaching, or the programs, you got to share that, man. You got to talk to everybody. Talk to Oprah. Talk to Bigfoot. Go brawl with the Pope, man. Tell the whole damn world, guys. When you do these simple tips every single month, you plan, you prepare, and you execute. And you actually take Success Club seriously. Like it's a no matter what goal. Like there's not a month that I'm going to miss Success Club. When you take it seriously like that, your business will seriously take off. I hope that these tips have helped you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.
I love him.
All right. So, what'd you think of that?
You cracks
Yay? Hold on, I'm gonna stop. All right. So it's a good. Oh, here I'm just moving all my stuff around here. So again, it's just another reminder that it's exactly what we do. And again, putting your own expectations on yourself that those kinds of things are exactly what you have to meet your goals is going to have a ripple effect down onto your team, right? Because your tribe is going to follow you. So again, whatever you want to measure your goals by, whether it's the Success Club, which is a measurable, way, you've got it. They've got Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. It's the leadership ladder, and that's something else you can look into, and that talks about your volume and what kind of business and your coaches and what kind of business you're bringing in, where you are on the leadership ladder. That's kind of where Beachbody's going. When you look at your monthly goal or your goal financially, that's where Teams Eat helps us that are using it. It tells us, what percentage and how close we are each day when we put in our activities to getting there. So if we complete our activities, it gives us 100%. We can move on then to the other area. So it gives you a nice balance of where to put the work, because that's what starts to get overwhelming as time goes on. Where do you put the work in? Because all of a sudden, I've got coaches that, I'd rather just talk to you guys every single day, to be honest with you, versus going to find new ones, because I love you guys. I'm always like, I don't need more friends. But that's not the way the business runs. So I also know that I want to build a massive, huge, amazing team that is awesome. So I've got to always continue to find new people that have the passion and want to change and want to feel better and get fit and are willing to run with us, like he says. Who are the 10 you want to run with? Because that's about what you need, right? To be in a nice high 6-figure income, whatever. You need 10 people to run with you to grow this into a beautiful empire that, right, just basically runs itself and continues. It's continually paying it forward. And to me, there's nothing better. We're living our legacy by continually paying it forward to others because we know it's great. Sherry with the whole Ultimate Reset. I would bring everybody in and have them live with me for 3 weeks. This is what I want to do. My dream, one of my dreams for Phase 40 is I want to have the Phase 40 Ultimate Reset trip every single year. We go to a massive, huge mansion. We stay there for 3 weeks. We have a chef. He makes all the food. We go through the reset. We train and we bring clients. They come out, they are lifers. There's no way they don't spend 3 weeks with you going through this transition and come out as lifers. But that's like a, getaway, big life-changing, life coaching kind of retreat. But that's like one of my dreams, and it's going to come to fruition because I'm not stopping until we have that. So, but how would you, for those of us that have done it, how could you not recommend it to people, right? You feel absolutely amazing. They are coming out of that 100% better than they were. Same thing with any program on a smaller level, which is what we have to do right now, the challenge group. Same thing, we can get anybody to commit 100% to these challenge groups and truly get results. They're coming with you. Those are people that are going to lock arms with you because they see it, they feel it, they feed off our energy, they felt that they related to your story. I was going to say they felt your story, but they related to your story. They now have a story of their own, and you watch them grow, and that's your responsibility as their coach to say, let me show you the beautiful story that you have, because I've watched you from the outside, and here's a vision that you can run with. And that's how you are going to help them build their business. So again, put that business hat on of helping others build a I don't say 6 because that's not what motivates people, but a team. There's leaders in all of us. And again, if you don't feel like a leader, a book that people have been recommending is this book by James Ramsey called EntreLeadership. It's about being an entrepreneur and a leader. And some people I know on our team, they have struggled with leadership because it's just not something they're comfortable with. But every one of you can learn. We can all learn how to be a leader. There's so many resources, and you have it within you. We're made to be leaders. So ask for help. Read personal development. How many people are reading a personal development book right now?
2.
What's everybody reading? Joe?
What's that badass thing?
Yeah, you don't even know the name of it, but you're reading it.
Yeah, I read the cover. I read what's inside of it.
Okay. What chapter are you on?
7.
Good job. I'm just giving you shit anyways. But no, that's awesome. Sherry, which one are you reading? You're on mute.
Sorry, my dogs were barking, so I was. I'm reading Badass again for the second time.
Awesome. I just finished Badass, and so I've been bouncing. What's the other one I bounced? I have one going on the side, which obviously it's not that good if I can't remember it. But I just thought this morning that I'm going to actually switch, and I'm going to go into Miracle Morning is what I'm going to jump into now, just to put it out there. Jen, which one are you reading?
I'm reading Daring Greatly.
Nice.
I read that one too. That's a good one.
Joanne?
I have 2. I have Rising Strong, which I'm almost done with, and Taking the Big Leap.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rob?
Emotional Intelligence 2.0.
Nice. Well, good. So, guys, I love it. We're all reading different ones, so I love if everybody puts their little, when you find great things in there, little quotes, little parts to, I take pictures of them all the time and send them to people. I'm like, oh my gosh, look, I read this and thought about you. So little things you get from those books, because that'll encourage us to, kind of read them next for where we need to go. And again, that's another thing. Always work with your coaches, even challengers. I'm really pushing my challengers to read a personal development book. I like to start them with the compound effect, because to me it shows them if they can just do a little bit every day, they're going to get the results they want. Because again, that's the key to this business. Let me help you work on getting this to be a lifestyle a little bit every day, and you get a little bit better every round. And it's not going to happen, if it happens quickly, you're great. If it doesn't, you're on my path. So, don't feel bad wherever it falls, but a little bit every day. So, all right, awesome, guys. Anybody have any questions, thoughts, ideas, things to leave us with? Nothing. All right. Well, again, everyone's doing great. Just keep going, keep reaching out, connecting with your coach on a regular basis to make sure you're moving your business forward. The closer you work with your coach, the better you're going to move forward. And again, these calls are important, but we said we're partnering people up to get like weekly calls going. So those are measurable ways to make sure, where are you struggling? How do you want to move forward? What are your goals for the week? Things like that. And your businesses are going to grow. So I think we're going to be a rock star team. I know we're going to be a rock star team, but I think it'll happen sooner than later. And we'll be on our 3-week retreat then later. Because you all can't say no, because it'll be like, well, you all work from home now, so don't tell me you can't go. Yes, you can. Our kids will be older. It'll be a while, so we'll all be good. All right, guys, make it a great day. We're going to go and reach out if you need any help. And if you want, I'll post some of that video in our group, Coach Talk or whatever, so you can use it, refresh, look at it. And we'll chat later.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Go Cubs.